Hi, welcome back. It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to first and foremost thank our Heavenly Parents, Mother, Father, Source of Creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick Angel Guide Oracle reading for the Virgos. This will be an Angel Guide Oracle reading that helps to focus on your strength, heart, and guidance at this time. I would like to call on the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to please come to my side to help me deliver divine messages that is of the highest white light. Remember, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These messages are general. Virgos, it's been a hot minute, okay, since the last time I did readings. And I'm like, wait, I hope I'm saying my intro. I didn't even practice or nothing. I feel so bad. I've been so busy. Like, I really have up until like today. So, and I feel like it's fine because at the end of the day, we are here, we are present. And I feel like, you know, being someone to pay attention on all levels is important. And I feel like that's something that you have to know when it comes to who you are as an individual. It's all about what naturally does it for you, what naturally gets you enthusiastic about just doing it and being it and living it. What is it? Because whatever that is your gift. So you have to continue to allow for yourself to develop. And even if you make mistakes, don't beat yourself up, but correct them, because at the end of the day, it's like, wait, the mistakes, no, they're not a problem, but they can become a problem if you do not just like pay attention and correct them, instead of saying, well, that's not that big of a deal. Because no, it actually is that big of a deal. That, well, Briera, I know it's been like over a month and you didn't even like practice or nothing. And then it's like, you're just like coming out. So whatever. Anyways, Virgo, let's jump right into your Angel Guide Oracle reading, okay? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Virgo strength at this time. Look, this one just wanted to flip out Orion activation, okay? We have Orion activation for Virgo strength. I feel like you have to, always follow your interests, because that's the way that you show your selflessness, because it's all about you understanding that, you are someone that recreates as you move forward, as you move along your journey. So it's all about having compassion for yourself and others, and that's how you are truly rebirthed. That is how you are truly seen, and that's how you get out of feeling like things are being done to you instead of for you, or things are illusions or delusions, or you're hoodwinked or whatever. It's so many things that being manipulated. Everything under that umbrella is actually something that you have to continue to allow for yourself to move out of, regardless of how you see things, because it's all about starting at the base. And you want to continue to stay focused on making sure that you are reaching the next level of your extension. And that is important at this time, to see that that is your strength, that you have been in this waiting period, and now it's like this time to really take control of the situation. It's time to really lead. It's time to really be in control of your own mind, body, and soul. Make decisions that is in true alignment with who you are, regardless of how it may look or feel or be to anyone else. Because at the end of the day, when you have that passion within you, you share that with the world around you. And when you are someone that is in this energy of falseness and falsehood and selfish energy, you aren't able to truly benefit from the spiritual aspects of things, honestly, naturally. So it's really best to continue to figure out what your true life's passion is for yourself and what does it for you. I feel like you have to continue to remind yourself that no one truly has it all. And when you continue to surrender to the divine, things naturally fall into place. I feel like continue to move forward though, Virgo, because I feel like, you know, don't allow for yourself to be like wrapped up in your own desires, you know? And I feel like that is what has been being done, you know? That someone has been doing what they need to do currently, presently. And that is the strength at this present time. And I feel like you can expect powerful changes for you actually seeing and being in this energy of always being who you are, because it actually it takes the individual to be who they are in order for any of it to work. Your faith, your beliefs, your desires, your passions, what you are naturally gifted at. It takes you to be who you are. So when things are presently in full alignment and you are doing what you are supposed to do, regardless of the assistance you have received or, you know, income tax time coming around, or however you are able to level things out financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and you do that presently, that is what it's supposed to be. And I feel like that is something that you have to continue to live out of, knowing that I'm not here to try to live in the future or live in the past, but presently. And I'm going to have to do things presently to make things better for the future. But sometimes you have to look back a little bit to make sure, like, wait, am I recreating something moving forward? Because I know that I'm able to recreate. So what am I doing? What am I holding on to? Am I being selfish? Am I too wrapped up in my own desires? Do I have compassion for myself and others? Am I truly focused on my passion and my talent? Because what I am truly naturally gifted at is what's going to keep me whole and grounded, is what's going to keep me moving forward and focus. Let's see what the blessings that Virgo carry in their heart. Cause of Amenti initiation, okay? And I feel like, and that is the truth in itself, and I'm not hurt or disappointed by what truth is. And that's why I'm be like, for anyone to feel like truth isn't what it's supposed to be, or shouldn't feel the way it's supposed to feel, especially if the truth isn't what you want the truth to be, regardless of how much you have invested in something. It is what it is. And that is why I get so, like, I don't want to disturb things that truly has nothing to do with me until it's absolutely necessary. Like, absolutely necessary. And then I feel like, because with this cause of Amenti initiation and Virgo, Virgo is the sign to be, because you guys are the self-effacing, the industrious, the practical, Virgos, you guys really are who you say you are. So that's why it's like when it comes to secrets being revealed and treasures being uncovered, you have to understand that, even when you see things and things about the whole per se, it's all about understanding that you can't allow for yourself to be misled by the things that isn't truly fulfilling. So being able to initiate things to be is the way to go. But even when I was saying something earlier, like, well, I don't even know why I just like totally spaced what I was about to say, and that irritates me so much. It really does, because it was a truly good point. And I saw someone do that. And yeah, because you be having these thoughts, and I feel like that's like the truth about it all, because when you are invested and you are able to be spiritually and physically who you are able to shine. So I feel like continue to allow for yourself to grow and to see things for what it really is. It's the reminding of who you are. And I feel really bad because, Virgo, you are my first reading, and I don't want to like feel like I am like missing something, because it is important, and you don't want to be in this energy of codependency or being emotionally detached. So allow for the initiations to happen, but make sure that they are natural. Make sure that you are seeing things for what they truly are, and you aren't just judging them based off of the imperfections, or the shortcomings of what a situation is. I won't necessarily say a person. I will say the shortcomings of a situation, and allow for yourself to be guided. Allow for yourself to truly see that you are more than the things that isn't working, but what is the true talent that you share within. So we're going to continue to move forward, because I kind of got like really upset that was a really good point. Maybe it'll come back to me, but it's like, I don't like to get spacey, because it's like, no, that's important to know. And it's like, oh, well, you can't, we do things this way, and but it's a transition. It's a knowing that we can't continue to allow things that is obviously hurting us to continue to hurt us, and expect for a change behind not doing the necessary work to stop doing the things that is hurting us. And that is why, and that was my whole little thing that I was about to say earlier, because that is why I am actually like someone that is like naturally, but if it's like absolutely necessary for me to do something, I'm going to do it, because like it's important to see that we are on a whole different wavelength now. We are on a whole different spectrum, and it's time to take your gift and elevate to the next level, and not be someone to continue to allow for yourself to go in circles about things that you can't change, but the things that you can. And we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and we don't want to rub anyone the wrong way, because everyone deserves to be heard, and everyone deserves to be seen, and everyone deserves to, it's the equal, that's what America, the equal rights, the equal rights of what America is. Because and it's not that I don't take it to heart, but because I do see it, and that's why I love the community I live in, because I see it around me, that they do try to be fair with one another, despite disability, race, blah 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 blah. Even though you have the funds. And that's like kind of what it is. And so when it comes to the things that is absolutely necessary, that's what the focus is, and that's what the change is. You have to be rooted and grounded in who you are. It's not about trying to corrupt anything or try to put yourself in some type of cult or be involved in something that actually has nothing to do with you. But when you know that you are naturally gifted at something, and this is what it is, and you are who you are, and this is what it is, and you are who you are, you have to allow for yourself to elevate. And that is what it is when it comes to your gift and your passion. So I feel like no matter what it is, continue to allow for yourself to elevate, continue to allow for yourself to see things be revealed to you, but don't be so caught up in the hurtfulness behind it, because that is what causes resentment. But be in this energy of knowing that this is a win-win outcome, because at the end of the day, you know, at least I'm not crazy for feeling however, because if you're probably watching me, you're probably someone that it has been broken. And we're all just trying to put things back together and heal in the best way that we can. And we don't have to create selfish acts in order to make life better for yourself and those that surrounds you. You can actually be better. You can actually do better, but it takes you wanting to. It takes you being grounded. It takes you actually finding what you are most passionate about and focusing on that and giving that your all, regardless if it's just you and your family and whatever. But it's more to you than that, right? Come on. There's more to you than just being a mom, a sister, a brother, a husband, a friend, a wife, a cousin, a grandma, a mother. It's more to you. So you have to dig deep and continue to allow for yourself to thrive off of knowing that surrendering to the divine is what's truly in alignment. Like, it's all about not allowing for yourself to be emotionally detached. And I feel like that's more important than being, no, because they're both. But what would you, if you had to choose when it comes to neglect? Because abuse and neglect is different. But when it comes to neglect and you are getting emotionally neglected and physically neglected, which would you choose down the line to make sure that things are what they are for the betterment of everyone? Would you choose to be emotionally neglected or physically neglected? And neglect comes in a lot of different shapes, shades, and colors. So, and same with emotionally neglecting someone. So, it's like you have to ask yourself, and then it's like when you start to see things and you start to question things like that, then correct them. And it's not going to change overnight. It's really not. It's going to take time, because you are now realizing something and you are seeing the truths of who you are and what you are supposed to be doing. So when the veil is lifted and you can actually see, you're not in this energy of being in any type of energy of fear about a new start coming, because the only new start that is coming is one of betterment, because of the things that has been revealed, regardless of the truths being hurtful or not, because neglect is neglect, and you don't want to be super caught up in one and not the other. You don't want to be present emotionally but physically you're not. You don't want to be physically present but emotionally you're not. So it's just continuing to grow and expand, allowing the deep transition into the support of the divine to I'm going to say submerge you into it, but you know. And then we have serious star blessings for the guidance for Virgo. So yes, perceive, be seen, push through, and that's like that moving forward. Don't be emotionally detached. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Continue to move forward. This is the time to see that, you know, things are clearing out. You know, it's all about that clearing the board energy, that clearing out things, that getting rid of things. And even if you still have things that's lingering, at least you did all that you can, so you can focus on truly your passion regardless of how you want to see it, flip it, turn it. So feel like continue to do what you are doing, Virgo, okay? But these are great lessons, and you have to continue to remind yourself of the great lessons, okay? And I know that, and I get that, I honestly get why my thought was like space, because some people don't want the truth to come out, and I get that, you know, I understand that, because it's like, why are you holding back, or why can't you be honest about what it is? Because I am someone that wants to protect the children, that wants to know that the children are, you know, being thought of in the long run, because they're not going to just stay children. They're not just like little innocent make believes, you know. So, and I feel like that's one example of why I'm truly here, because I feel like there's such a big projection of you know, same-sex relationships going on, even when it comes to, you know, like putting it out to the world, and no one's judging that lifestyle for anyone, right? But I'm just going to use myself as an example, and the way that I was brought up when it comes to my mom. My mom raised me and five other. We had a brother that passed away. So in total, she's birthed 7 children into the world. And she is a free lady. Like, she just loves to be, you know, walking around just just butt naked, whatever. Don't care. She don't care. And everyone knows that when you come over there, and probably 9 times out of 10, the dang on people don't have on clothes, okay? I don't know. But growing up, I've never like even thought like, oh, so, you know, like, let's like, I want the same sex because this is what I'm seeing. Because in my journey here, through trying to figure out the things that people keep in, that is truly like who they are. And that's why I'm like, if this is truly who you are, and you can't find a way to bring it out of you, or, you know, to accept that about who you are, and you have to hide that, what is it? So I just say, you know, even like playing around as a, you know, as a kid, nothing ever stuck when it came to the same sex, because of just knowing who you are, and what your passion and your natural gift and talent is. And that's probably why things are what it is, because at the end of the day, if that is not something that is truly able to be proven, that something isn't influencing the energy to be, then we have to have certain regulations for everyone as a whole. And it's no disrespect to anyone, and it's no hard feelings to anyone, or it's not like trying to like bring shame or anything, because at the end of the day, everyone has the right. But when you come to Disney, where all the children are, and you have the same sex families, and you're not able to explain that to the children, regardless of there being a community of them, I'm saying, if you cannot actually prove that that is a natural passion, I just gave an example. If you can't actually prove, I just said that this is how I know I'm straight, and this is why this works, regardless of being a single mother that clearly is who she is. We wasn't over there getting touched on and, feeling like we needed to go lick on vaginas because she got her booty all out and stuff all the time. Stop. But seriously though, so, okay, and I gotta close it because I saw a bug or something just fly past me, so, and I have my window open. But yeah, it's like, child, and that's what I was saying, like, that's like when it comes to that. But anything else, like, oof, you have to find what your natural talent is and continue to grow and evolve. Don't rush things. Don't try to be something that you aren't. When you know something is just what it is, just flow with it. And yes, there might be trials and tribulations, and yes, you might get knocked down a lot, but continue to feel that desire, that enthusiasm within, when it truly comes to your passion and your desires. So, but yeah. So what's this Orion activation? Thank you, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit. No, because I'd be like freaking out, because, and it's not anything other than I'm going to learn. It's like I love to speak. I love to write. I love to be engaged. I do. I love to be here presently. But when that is something that you have always struggled with, speaking out loud or reading out loud, you have to find a way to exercise that. If that is, especially if it's something that you, so it's like, excuse me, and that's why I say I'm not trying to waste anyone's time. Remember, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you are watching me and you are spending time here, that's because you truly love Era, and I love you too, and that is just what it is. That is just what it is. What's this on activation? I feel like it's that calm after the storm, the calm after the storm energy. And I feel like that is truly your strength, Virgo. Maybe. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I don't know. Shoot. Well, growing, learning, and healing. Having compassion for yourself and others. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. We have the High Priestess, okay? And I feel like that is truly your strength. Understanding that, you are the one, you are the one that have the power and the gift of seeing beyond, of knowing that just because something is surface doesn't mean it doesn't have a deeper meaning. So respecting and honoring everything regardless of the face of something is supposed to be what it is. And when you don't have that, you really start to tread the waters, because you who who can you truly benefit at when you are looking at the whole, if you have limited perspective or outlooks on things that is truly major. Because at the end of the day, just because, and that's the thing, we probably have evolved into this understanding, but that's where I'm like, it's certain boundaries that needs to stay intact. Because if we can't, and nobody's saying these things aren't what they are supposed to be, but if we cannot truly prove what it is that benefits, then what it is, it's like you gotta continue to grow, use that wisdom for good, use that passion for what is real. I feel like continue to do what lights you up, knowing that law and attraction, thoughts truly do become things. So allow for your manifestations to to be brought to you, in divine time, in divine order. You don't have to rush things. You don't have to try to manipulate things. If you feel like you are trapped in something, or you are being misused, allow for the most high, the divine, to truly reveal to you what you need to see to be able to release yourself. That's how you come. That's how you pray. That's how you address situations. Because at the end of the day, when you are not truly allowing for the divine, the love, the Mother Earth to hold you and to guide you and to nurture you through your trials and tribulations, and you are relying on the very things that has hurt you, then you will never elevate and evolve or transform in the way that you feel like you should, because of the limited perspective or outlook on certain situations. You don't have to be right. But as long as the children are truly being put first, because at the end of the day, there's a time limit for everyone for a reason. So if we are constantly trying to manipulate things and manipulate people's minds, bodies, and souls, when we know that I got probably a good 10 more years, 15 more years, 30 more years, 50 more years, 30 more years. Like, you ain't got 100 more. So could we at least align things presently that is going to futurely affect the things that in the past just broke us to our core? Because, and I get that, when the foundation is cracked, it's cracked, and nothing truly can fix that. It's nothing that can truly fix what is cracked, but at least it's not broken. So that's why it's like, well, just what is it for you? What is the passion? What is it? Because you're not broken. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, you've been beat down. Yes, it's been sad. Yes, it's been everything that under the sun, like, where is the sun? Come on. But at the end of the day, you're not broken. You're still whole. You're still here. You're still able to see. You're still able to hear. So you have it within you to continue to move forward regardless. And I feel like that is your current strength. With the Nine of Swords, oh my goodness. Do not. Yes, with Chariot at the bottom. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. That's why it's like surrender to the divine. And you know, it's like don't allow for yourself to be in this energy of delaying things or allowing for yourself to feel like you are able to decept something or deceive something that, you know, will probably bring some type of failure or, you know, shame, honestly, for trying to continue to imprison something that isn't supposed to be imprisoned. And that's the honest truth. So continue to move forward and be who you are, regardless. House of Immunity initiation with the World. It's like allow for things to continue to end out. And I feel like, and exactly, and I feel like, could we like let go of this energy of what was, okay? Especially when we know the history of how we have gotten to certain situations and understandings. Because at the end of the day, when you are when you are on a journey and you are discovering things and you are trying to surround yourself with individuals that is beneficial, especially when you don't know the ins and outs to something and you don't really know how you are supposed to show up, but you are showing up out of love, understanding, compassion, healing, clarity, divine guidance, and healing. That's it. That's all. So when something does not align with that, or it doesn't come like in full circle to be that, that should not bring heartbreak or sadness, but be a lesson to be learned that you need to take your time. You need to be grounded. You need to have your things together before you feel like this is what it is. But in certain situations, you have to be elevated mentally, emotionally, physically to see someone where they are and be able to truly assist them in the ways that they need to be assisted. And that is what someone's approach has been when it comes to trying to network with someone that, you know, doesn't respond or doesn't have, you know, the true passion behind what it may appear like they have. Because at the end of the day, someone probably doesn't know the ins and outs, but they look to the ones that appear to know the ins and outs. And if it feels okay, and if it feels like love and light and beauty and harmony and peace, then that's what it is. And you shouldn't question that, and you shouldn't allow for anyone to make you feel like something is wrong with you, because that energy is the energy you should want to surround yourself with, regardless of what that energy does to people that you can't even get in touch with 9 times out of 10. So you continue to do what you are supposed to do for yourself and your family, staying mentally, emotionally, and physically grounded. What's this world here? I feel like it's all about, yeah, just change, yeah. Change and continuing to grow up, continuing to see that, you know, we're not always right, and you don't have to be right about everything, but you don't want to be stuck in this immature. And I always, when I see the page of cups nowadays, I just be like, immature energy like within you when it comes to seeing the face of something not being what you actually thought it was. Because at the end of the day, We are divine beings. What are we? We are souls living out a human experience, or spirits living out a human experience. So why wouldn't this be? Like, why wouldn't that be something that we are transforming into or evolving into? That is like the most like amazing thing about just understanding who we are as the human race that is supposed to thrive, that is supposed to get the concepts like instantly because of all the hard work that has been put in, all the sacrifices that has been put in. Because if all of that was not being done, then all that would be for nothing. That's not going to work, so we learn, we grow, we appreciate, we honor, we respect. Even if you don't feel like, why have an ancestor altar? Why are you haven't talked to them and such and such, your ancestors? How about you have some respect because you are still here? And if you are able to show your respect to those that has passed away, regardless of you knowing their life's purpose here, they had purpose here. Their life mattered. So by them being a part of your lineage, you should want to show respect and honor for who they were on earth, regardless of your belief. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's this serious star blessing? The Page of Pentacles. I feel like, yeah, it's like Virgo, you have to continue to be loyal to yourself first. Look, Virgo, I ain't trying to like even like get up on you like that because I don't be trying, but it's even like I'm seeing like the spine at the bottom. Like you have to be loyal to you first. It's like that's what I appreciate about the lessons that I've learned for myself along my journey, and that is what I'm trying to share with others, that's the guidance, that's the what is it when it comes to the angel guide? That's the third card that represents the challenge, the part of your life or guidance you must focus on in order to achieve your goal or the peace you are asking for. And that is truly what it is when it comes to you being in full alignment with who you are. You have to allow for yourself to be seen and be heard. You have to show the world the real you by being loyal to yourself first. And that will enable you to be loyal to those that surround you, but you have to be loyal to yourself first, and you have to be skillful at how you communicate, because you do not want to go around and be hurting people and hindering people and trying to bring people down just because you have that power or that intensity that follows the voice of your soul or whatever the case may be, because that's where we get things all confused and manipulated. Because when you know that you have power over how people show up and how people see the world, you get greedy, and that is something that we have to put enough is enough to that, because at the end of the day we see what the greed has gotten us, and it hasn't really gotten us that far, guys. Thus far, thus far, thus far. So, what are we going to do as a whole? And if you don't know the ins and outs, who do you look to as someone that does know even if they don't know the ins and outs, but someone that probably can put you on the right path or the right track or whatever, so that you can be in alignment with where you are going, regardless of it working out or regardless of it not working out. Because at the end of the day, when you aren't someone that holds on for dear life for a certain look or a certain outlook, then you are able to expand and elevate way more than you even realize, and you are gifted with more. You might have more responsibilities, but you can handle that because of the resilience of who you are and the selflessness of who you are. So you have to continue to nurture that about who you are. You don't have to be perfect, but when you see that, oh, I could have done this better, and oh, I'm constantly replacing this. Why? What are you not doing that you can be doing better to stop you from overly doing something that is causing problems? Because things can be perfect if you take the necessary steps to actually do the work that needed to be done. And there's times that you get depressed and down and out and trying to keep a smile and trying to, and those are times that you get a pass for. But at the end of the day, are you growing from that? Are you learning from that? Or have you grown from that? Have you learned from that? And I'm not saying that you should be, punished in any way if you have not, but at the end of the day, you should not be sitting at anyone's head of anyone's table if you are not learning and growing from your own personal lessons and why you have been walking in circles for your own self before you can, allow for someone else to be the cause of you walking in circles. Yeah, I don't know. It's all about being loyal to yourself first. What's this Page of Pentacles? With the Knight of Swords. Yeah, and that's just what it is. Not rushing things, not being too aggressive, not being someone to feel like you have to be so caught up on the fairy tale or the fantasy of it all, or even the realness of it all, but truly someone that sees what the needs is, see what the desire is, know what your passion is, and try to balance it all out, because you don't get a redo necessarily presently from a baby, and to recreate the steps that you taken to get to the point you are now, but you can presently see that, dang, yeah, I was tripping, so let's hurry up and get that together. And not like hurry up, but especially if you got kids, child, let me tell you, no, let me not tell you, but let me tell you, let me not tell you, but let me tell you, because they be growing up and they be moving and they be doing and they be like, what is happening here? And even like when it comes to the pets, like I was doing everything, like, and I'm not used to having a small little kitten around. So just allowing yourself to see that everyone grows and evolves in their own pace. So continue to have that compassion for yourself and others, and allow for yourself to see that we have to put the children first, regardless of how you see it, put it, or feel about it. And that is kind of like, especially being spaced on that, maybe that's a big threat, that no, we want something to be something because this is what it is. But okay, can we actually get to see why it needs to be this way? And that's kind of what it is. I'm not saying that I don't insert my son into growing a business per se, but I'm definitely not sitting here talking about grown up things, like when it comes to relationships or his father, or things that will mold him to be something that he isn't able to truly figure out on his own. But I instill in him the core values of what we are and who we are, and that is what is important in my mind. Because at the end of the day, just because of the way my mother looks at religion, isn't the same way that I look at religion doesn't mean she didn't instill the core values that truly mattered, that helped me to be where I am currently. So you have to appreciate everything for what it is, and not be in this energy of frowning upon things that you don't truly understand, but being loyal to yourself so that you can not have no limited outlook or no limited perspective on the grand scheme scale of things. Okay, so all right, Virgo, I know we had some mishaps in this reading, child. There was some mishaps in this reading, but I say I love you and I appreciate your time being here and, listening to me and allowing for me to just work my light in the best way that I possibly can in this present moment. And it feels good for me to do what I do. I really love what I do here, and I love to see when things are not chaotic and confusing at all, when it's really straightforward. And that's what really highlights the fact that, although in the Bible it says, oh, this is witchcraft and this is bad and this is this, but let's see, and if it is, it will be let go of, regardless of how you feel about it. Regardless, let's see what the benefit is. Let's see if it's something like this or if it's something like that. What is it? So we do trial and error. We do the work. We do the groundwork. And if that does not resonate with you, that's okay. But I'm here and I am supposed to be here. So I'm going to continue to do what I do. And I want you to continue to do what you do, okay? So you continue to elevate and take your talent to the next level, okay? I am sending you peace, love, and light. And until next time.